There's a lot of people in the state of Nevada that are not happy with Governor Sisolak. I've been very consistent on my opinion, or my opinions. I think he's done a good job. I think he's doing everything he can in a very difficult situation, as I think most of our governors are doing that. But the guy we have with us on the line right now helped organize a protest. He's part of the Fight for Nevada organization, and he wants to recall the governor, and he's signed a petition. He's trying to get as many as possible to sign a petition to recall the governor. His name is Barney Wadley, and he joins us right now on the line. Barney, I appreciate you coming on. How are you?
Hey, what's up, Barney?
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate being on here.
Sure. Okay, Barney, let's start with a loaded question here. Why is it that you believe that Governor Sisolak should be recalled as governor?
Well, we have many reasons, and we originally started this campaign about 10 months ago, and when the legislature was going through and passing a lot of spending bills and bills against the Constitution, and it just kind of snowballed from there.
So this really isn't this isn't about the coronavirus. This is more political. Am I wrong in assuming that?
Yes, you are. I want to make.
Well, you said this happened 10 months ago.
10 months ago, though.
We are not a political organization.
Okay.
We are not a conservative organization. We are registered with the Secretary of State as a nonprofit recall committee. And so,
are you trying to recall any Democrats?
Or Republicans?
Or I'm sorry, Republicans, sir. I apologize. Are there any Republicans out there that you are?
Brian, there's not very many Republicans in the Nevada government as we speak.
We realize
very
that.
Few.
However, if the governor was a Republican or if he was a independent or a libertarian, we would still be doing the same thing.
Okay, fair enough. What do you think the response is of Donald Trump and his administration? Would you say he's done a good job? Do you have any criticisms of the way Trump and his administration have handled the coronavirus response effort?
Well, that I'm really not going to get into because it doesn't involve the recall of Governor Sisolak. So
no,
that is
he's trying to create you as biased by not wanting to recall Donald Trump.
But Barney, all due respect,
it's a very standard move for him.
JD and Brian, and to Barney, I mean, there has to be a means to an end here, right? I mean, obviously, I don't know exactly what your ideology is as far as your group and why you're trying to recall Governor Sisolak. But we are in the midst of a global pandemic right now. So in that vein, obviously, we would want to know what your perspective is as to not just Governor Sisolak, but of course, how anything would be different if anybody else was the governor of Nevada, if you understand what I'm trying to talk about here. I mean, I guess if you want to recall Steve Sisolak, my main question would be, what would any other governor, how would their approach maybe change your mind or maybe, be okay or from your viewpoint? That's kind of what we're talking about.
What would you like to see a different governor do?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Well, this is my personal opinion. It's not a group opinion, but I do believe that, number one, he's kind of boggled the test kits. I have a niece that is a nurse in Las Vegas area, and in her facility there are only 6 test kits. So
okay, let's go with that theory for a second. So hold on,
you can address that, right?
Let me address that one at a time, if I may. If going by that standard,
I'll chime in on that.
Going by that standard, then every governor should be recalled because in every single state, every governor is saying they don't have enough test kits. So if you're going by your theory, then why don't you just try to recall every single governor in the country?
Because I don't live in every state in the country. I live in Nevada.
But by your standards, you think, on the record, if you had it your way, every single governor in the country should be recalled. Is that correct, sir? Yes or no?
No. No.
So explain to me the difference.
Good answer. Well,
If I can just finish, explain to me the difference between a governor in another state that doesn't have enough tests, that's a Republican, and a governor in this state that doesn't have enough tests, and Governor Sisolak. What's the difference?
Well, see, what you're trying to do is you're trying to.
I'm not trying to do anything. I'm trying to get you to answer my question.
He's trying to paint you out as a crazy
No,
person.
I'm not, JD.
Because if you said that every single governor should be recalled, he would say you were crazy.
You just said, you just said that Governor Sisolak doesn't have enough tests. Okay, I don't disagree with you, by the way, sir. I don't. The entire country doesn't have enough tests. Every state doesn't have enough tests.
Can tell you
Hold on a second, if I could just finish. So why won't you hold all the other governors to the same standard that you hold Sisolak at? That's what I'm trying to. I'm not trying to paint you anybody. It's a very logical question. Why won't you hold all those other governors, whether they're a Republican or a Democrat, to the same standard that you would hold Sisolak? It's a very fair question.
Well, I'll tell you exactly. If I lived in the other states, and I probably would. But
well, that's not what you just said to me, though. Well, hold on a second. You're contradicting yourself. You just told me that you would not want to recall all the other governors, and now you're just told me if you live in the other states, you would. Sir, with all due respect, which one is it?
Let me clarify it for you, since you are really trying to paint me into a corner and
You're right.
portray me as a bad person.
You are totally correct.
It's a very simple question, sir. I'm not trying to paint you in a corner. You're the one who criticized Governor Sisolak for the testing, not me. And all I'm asking you is a very simple question. Will you hold all the other governors accountable to that same standard? And you're giving me wishy-washy answers. I just want a direct answer.
Let me answer the question.
Well, let him. He's our guest.
Well, he already said he
no,
would, but
he said he was going to paint.
No, he said he lives in Nevada, so that's what he's worried about.
And then he said he wouldn't. So I want to know which one it is.
But the issue is Governor Sisolak did not apply for FEMA aid through the federal government until late, and that is one of the reasons why we don't have enough tests. No, that's not an opinion. That's fact. He basically did the exact same thing that Gretchen Whitmer did in Michigan.
Okay, I want to know, sir. Go ahead. I know you wanted to. I want to give you another chance to respond. Go ahead, Barney.
Okay. Well, like I said before, I live in Nevada, and I'm only concerned about what is happening in Nevada. And it doesn't have anything to do with political affiliation. To prove that are some of our lead people in Las Vegas area now that are collecting signatures on the petition are libertarians and independents. We also have Democrats in our group, so we are not a partisan group. The opinion that I gave you was my opinion. It's not our group's opinion.
All right, fair enough. So let's go with that for a second. You had a protest that you helped organize over the weekend. How many Joe Biden and Bernie Sanders signs did you see there compared to Donald Trump signs?
I have no idea. I wasn't in Las Vegas.
Did you see one?
The Carson
I understand.
City and Reno
in Carson,
area.
Okay, I understand. We're talking about Carson City and Reno now because I wasn't there. Did you see one Joe Biden or Bernie Sanders side at your protest?
No, I didn't.
Did you see any Donald Trump signs at your protest or Make America Great Again signs?
Yes, I did.
Okay, so how can you say that it's both
political.
Sides when it's not political? With all due respect, sir, how can you say that? Every protest I've seen, including yours, was pro-Trump. Trump signs everywhere. I didn't see one Joe Biden sign. I didn't see one Bernie Sanders sign. But yet, people like you say this is not political. I don't understand that, sir, with all due respect.
He's just saying that he has Democrats and progressives.
Then why don't I see one Joe Biden sign?
And
Bernie
supporters and Biden supporters in his group. Just because you want to recall Governor Sisolak doesn't mean that you support Donald Trump.
So Barney, you started off.
There's not a solid association there.
Let's talk to Barney, though. Barney, you started off.
You may just want to go back to work.
JD, Barney started the interview by saying it's not a political organization. Okay,
he did say that.
But let's make no mistake about it. Okay, and Barney, I want you to chime in on this. Obviously, all right. When you're recalling a governor of a state, a governor, last time I checked, is a politician. Okay, so there has to be some basis as far as a political perspective as to why you're recalling him. And I guess I'm getting to the point I'm going to make as far as these protesters. Barney, you said this isn't. You're not a you have no political motivation here. You said that, but there's no question that the people that are out there protesting absolutely have political motivations, and we've all seen it because we watch it on social media every day, and we see it on television, and we hear it on radio of people who are either on the right or are Donald Trump supporters that are fueling this effort. And so, Barney, all due respect, I understand you're trying to play neutral here, but that's not what the reality is.
Let me chime in here. Okay. Our group got started, and we were portrayed as a radical, conservative Second Amendment group, which is totally false. It started out, we were concerned about the attacks on our Second Amendment rights, the red flag laws, putting water meters on private wells, this mileage study that's coming up, and it's supposed to go until 2026. However, we have information that this mileage study is going to become a mileage tax. When
you say I'm sorry to interrupt. When you say red flag laws, can you explain what you mean? You want red flag laws?
The red flag laws are taking away the Second Amendment rights. You know that as well as I do.
Which is a right-wing talking point. So you're making our point for us.
Anybody that looks at politics from a political standpoint is going to say you guys are on the right, not the left. You're not on the left. You're not
give me one
portraying
left-wing
people
policy.
left-wing values. Yeah, you're not portraying left-wing ideology.
So give me one left-wing policy.
But you guys aren't on the left, right?
Give me one.
Brian's not on the left.
Give me one left-wing.
Okay.
Give me one left-wing policy.
He's independent, right, JD?
Barney,
yeah, of course.
Barney, that you think you guys are trying to implement or have implemented. I just want an example. That's all.
Well, we are looking at all of the laws that were passed by the legislature during this last legislative session.
Listen, I'm taking you for your word, Barney. And listen, Barney, I'm taking you for your word. When you come on
actually,
here,
you're trying to create intentions for him.
When you come on and you say that independent and I'll take you for your word. But I'm just trying to get to your organization now. You just gave me a lot of right-wing policies like the anti-red flag laws, and by the way, we would probably disagree on that, but that's fine. That's okay. You're entitled to your opinion. But you said you're not political.
Sanctuary state.
You're asking me about sanctuary cities now?
What would you?
So you have no problem with the sanctuary city policies out there?
So you have no problem with sanctuary cities
implementing the state income tax?
These are all right-wing policies, though, and you say you're not political.
No, that's not Brian, a right-wing policy in Nevada. If we don't have gaming, if gaming goes down by X amount of percent and tourism goes down, the state of Nevada will have absolutely no choice but to implement not only a state income tax, but also a food tax. The reason that there is no state income tax
that's kind of a separate topic,
is
no,
it's not. No. That's if the economy implodes
Let's get back to the coronavirus
and we lose our tourism and we lose our gaming, that would lead to that. So that's not a right-wing talking point. That is someone who understands and appreciates the economy in Nevada in particular. So, and it sounds to me like what Barney is doing is he is looking at things that could possibly happen down the road, and his group is coming together to prevent those things from happening. Am I right?
You are 100% correct. We spent a lot of time at the legislature this last legislative session, going over the bills that were being introduced and passed and everything else. And we started following these.
All right, well,
these bills and policies that are coming down the tube could affect us within the next 2 to 4 years.
I understand, Barney, that you're very passionate when it comes to these issues. I don't have a problem with that. In fact, I don't have a problem if you just go out there and say, well, yes, we're majority a right-wing group. The problem is when you say you're independent and you have Democrats and you can't name me one policy that would lean more to the left, and then you're trying to recall a governor who just happens to be a Democrat, and you're holding these protesting rallies with a bunch of Trump signs and not one Joe Biden sign. I'm sorry, you just don't sound like you're credible.
Well, exactly. He's going to say that since you're possibly based on the fact that
let him answer
you
it, though.
Can't. But you're going to keep.
Let him answer the question.
The entire
Why are you answering
because
for
the
him?
entire
Why do we even have him on if you're going to answer
the entire point of this interview is to basically tell him he's not credible.
Okay, you can have.
That's the entire.
All right,
point.
then you finish the rest of the interview. Would you like to finish?
Well,
the
interview is to talk to Barney, right? That's the interview.
JD, I'm not interviewing you.
His answer's not JD.
I'm interviewing Barney, with all due respect. Barney, do you get my point? You're giving me a lot of right-wing talking points, right-wing policies.
Okay,
you're trying to recall a Democratic governor, and you're holding Trump campaign rallies. So explain to me how you are in the middle and you have Democrats in your.
For you to do. I want you to.
Well, it's pretty easy because anyone with semi-intelligence would understand you're not a Democrat and you're not an independent.
City, and I want you to ask the Secretary of State how we
I'm asking
file
you.
Our
I don't care how you filed it. Listen, sir,
sure
with all
you
due
do.
respect,
why would you not care? Why would you not care
I don't
about that,
care.
Brian?
I'm asking you, who's a member of this organization.
How is that irrelevant?
I'm asking you, a member of this organization, right now, and you just told me this isn't about politics. You're trying to recall a Democratic governor. You're holding Trump rallies. You can call it protest all you want. It's more of a Trump rally. They're happening across the country. You're talking to me about red flag laws and sanctuary cities. I'm sorry, sir. You can't convince me that this is an independent organization. I don't care how you filed something. I don't care about the paperwork. Just own it. That's all I'm asking you to do. Just own the fact that this is a right-wing organization.
Why
can't you do that? I wouldn't have a problem with it if you did.
Because, Brian, it's not a right-wing organization.
Okay, then give me one policy on the left.
And trying to call me a conservative. I'm not.
Okay, so give me one policy on the left then give me one policy on the left that you guys are pushing for right now.
None of them have been introduced.
Exactly. All right, sir. We appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Very good.
That is Barney Wadley, Fight for Nevada, recall governor. I gave him about 30 opportunities to admit that he is, a right-wing organization. He failed to do so. He has zero credibility.
He actually has plenty of credibility, Brian.
Really?
Yes.
So
it's
not a right-wing organization, yet they have never introduced one piece of legislation on the left.
That has nothing to do with
politics.
politics.
Well, he's a liar.
No, he's not
a liar.